Welcome to Take a Break with Steve and Nate, a podcast asking the hard-hitting questions that you might be afraid to ask or didn't think about. I'm Nate.
I'm Steve.
Thank you for joining us. And now, let's get to the show.
I think first things first, we have a new graphic.
We have a new graphic. Can I just say, I didn't know your wife could do stuff like that. That is fantastic work. I am super I'm so excited. We look like a professional podcast.
I know, I'm so happy with it. She
looks
got
so
it done,
good.
and she said there's some tweaking that she would like to do to it, but I mean, even just as
If
is.
she wants, that's fine. It looks fantastic. I texted her and let her know. I said, went ahead and updated all of our stuff with the new photo. I said, I hope that's okay. And she sent back, yes, crying emojis.
So she actually posted on her Instagram, my submission to the podcast was accepted. I got the job, type of a thing. So she was very happy.
Fantastic. Well, I mean, she did fantastic work, so she should be.
Absolutely. I love it. Hey, so we got fan questions this week, don't we?
Dude, I think this week we might just focus on those fan questions. What do you think?
I'm cool with that.
Let's start this off with a softball question,
Okay.
This one comes in from Scott, good friend of mine. Asked us, Halo or Call of Duty?
Halo or Call of Duty?
Yeah.
I've played Call of Duty way more.
Okay.
But I will admit I have only ever played a part of the campaign of Halo 3.
Oh.
I've only ever done multiplayer on both games.
Oh, man. Okay. So that's something we got to rectify at some point. You've got to play some Halo with me.
I need to. I mean, I love multiplayer. I've just never personally owned any of the Halo games. So it was always when I was over at people's houses, so I was just doing the multiplayers.
Okay, so my dream is to get all of the Halo games, because I have the first one, I have the third one, and I have Reach. The second one, in my opinion, is like top tier Halo for me, because it's what I grew up with. But we're gonna have to rectify this situation, because you gotta play some Halo with me.
Hey, we can fix this up. We'll have to do it sometime. We can make that podcast episode.
We'll Twitch it. We'll stream it on Twitch. Just us playing Halo together.
Yes. There we go. I like it.
Okay. Oh, this one's a good one. This one comes from Kev from Food at the Table podcast. Kev wants to know, what the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing?
So what's funny is my dog's right here.
What the dog doing? Just chilling?
What you doing? You gonna tell him? Tell him on the podcast? Can you say something? No, mine's not gonna talk.
Nothing.
No, she's got nothing.
My dog's in the other room because they both loud, and it's gonna be background noise as it is with them in the other room. If they were in here with me, that's it.
It would just be that much worse.
Exactly. We're blowing through some of these questions, but there's a couple of them here that are gonna really get us talking. So I'm gonna throw in one of the ones that's really gonna get us talking.
Okay.
This one comes from Rev from Food at the Table podcast. If cats land on their feet and toast falls butter side down, would strapping them together cause a perpetual spin?
So we're talking possibly creating free energy if we do this.
Exactly.
Perpetual motion, put it on a turbine here. I'd be okay with this.
But that's the thing. What if it doesn't? Like, one of them's got to land
Eventually.
That's blowing my mind a little bit.
Now, I have seen a statement made one time about that, where it was in a movie, and the cat said, when someone said, "Do cats always land on their feet?" The cat responded with, "No, that's a lie that's created by dogs."
That's a lie created by dogs to get you to throw us from high places.
Yep, exactly.
Now, I would believe that too. Except my dog, I wouldn't believe that if it was my dog, because my dog would not even let the cat talk, because she loves cats and thinks they all want to play, even when they scratch her.
Yeah, see, my dog's not a cat person.
Not a cat person? Not a cat dog?
Nope, definitely not a cat dog.
Cat dog.
She came with a warning label said not to allow her to be near cats.
Oh, man. Yeah, no, not a cat dog.
No, not at all. That's okay. We don't have any cats, so it works out.
Not at all a cat dog. Oh, man. So I want to take a minute before we move on to the next question, because we've got 25 overall plays on both episodes of the podcast so far.
I know.
25, which is about, I'm going to say 20 more than I was expecting.
I honestly, I didn't know what to expect. I was like, we're just gonna put this out there in the ether, and we'll see what happens.
I was expecting, our wives, of course, to listen.
I don't know. I was nervous whether or not they would or not.
I was nervous. Okay, I have to clear something up this episode because I did get a little bit of sass from my wife this week.
Okay.
Because she finally listened to the first 2 episodes this week. And she's mad that I didn't get mad at you for the DC talk. We are a Marvel household. And she said you sat there and let him talk about DC and say that Aquaman was good. She got so mad at me. So I do have to say we are a Marvel household. Aquaman sucks.
She still needs to watch the Jason Momoa version of Aquaman.
That being said, Dark Knight trilogy is still a fantastic trilogy.
Oh, yes, absolutely. That one hands down,
down.
but it kind of sits in its own little universe.
That reminds me, what I wanted to ask on podcast, what are your thoughts on the new Robert Pattinson Batman? Are you?
Oh, I'm excited. I was super skeptical when he first got casted, but since the teasers have dropped and all the different trailers and everything, dude, I'm excited. This just looks like
so
awesome. It's going back to the good. It's going back to the good Tim Burton style of grit and
that old emo gritty.
Yep. Yeah, I am genuinely excited to see what happens in this movie and where they go with it. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about their rendition of Riddler.
See, I haven't seen the teaser with the Riddler in it yet, but I need to look. I've only seen one trailer.
I'm a Jim Carrey Riddler fan forever.
Oh yeah, I know. Jim Carrey is the Riddler for me. Like, I can't picture anybody else. He's perfect.
Yeah, he was amazing as the Riddler, and I can't picture anybody else. I honestly was hoping they'd bring him back as the Riddler somehow. I knew it wasn't going to happen, but like, in my hope against hope, I was like, yeah, they could recast him, de-age him, a lot.
Like they do with other actors in movies.
Exactly.
I don't know. I saw that, and my first thought when I saw the trailer was, I can't picture Robert Pattinson as Batman. I saw him as Bruce Wayne.
He's too sparkly.
But I saw him as Bruce Wayne, and my first thought was Gotham, the show. He looks like Cobblepot. He looks like Penguin from the Gotham show. And then I saw the full trailer, and I saw him dressed as Batman. I went, all right, they sold me. This is going to be a good movie.
I actually wish they had taken Riddler from the show, now that I think about it, from Gotham, and brought him in as Riddler, because, man, he did awesome.
Did a fantastic job.
The guy they had for Penguin, the entire villain cast on that show was fantastic. Amazing.
Oh, man. It was beautiful. They got a lot of good, like, superhero shows coming out now, and I'm really excited.
Like, did you see the trailer for Moon Knight yet?
Oh my god. I was like, this is a psychological thriller. That's what this is.
Yes.
I showed it to Amanda last night. She's like, is this going to be scary? Am I going to be scared? I'm like, no. Just watch. And she's watching the trailer. She's like, that looks like it could give Shutter Island a run for its money. And I'm like, yes, it can. It will.
No, I can absolutely agree. I think it's going to be amazing. And make sure your recording's still going.
I have got it up on another screen. We're all good. Good thought, though, because of that first time.
I was just checking mine, too. Here was one that we had to cover, and this one came from your wife. It was, what if grass was chocolate?
So I should preface this by explaining that my wife when she gets tired, gets kind of slap happy and weird.
Okay.
At the end of the night, we always talk before we go to sleep, just to, like, unwind and kind of, like, see how our days were. She decided one night that for her talking, she was going to ask weird what-if questions.
Okay.
And she has, like, real good, like, what if grass was chocolate? There are other ones that she's asked that we might ask on the show, like, what if rain was colored? What if thunder was music? It's like, but she wants us to talk. She wants us to talk about what if grass was chocolate. Now, I will say this. The full question is, would we still eat chocolate?
Well, if grass was chocolate, that doesn't necessarily mean that all chocolate is grass.
No, but that means that for our entire life, our mindset would have been that the taste of chocolate is the same as the taste of grass.
Or would the taste of grass be the same as the taste of chocolate?
Ooh.
Because which would you more likely have eaten first?
That's fair.
Because I mean, think about it. You eat a salad, right?
Okay.
Okay. But was your first experience with lettuce going out to a field, picking a head of lettuce and taking a big chomp out of it? Or was it eating it in a salad?
Good point. But if grass was chocolate, if the only chocolate on earth was grass, let's put it that way.
Okay.
If the only chocolate on earth was grass, would there have been somebody that went out and was like, I'm going to try this?
Oh, absolutely. There's no question in my mind that it would have happened because I mean, we have people that put dandelions in their salads.
That's true.
So I mean, somebody somewhere's going to try it.
There's always that one weirdo that's like, yeah, we should eat the bark off of the tree. It's got fiber.
But then at the same time, a lot of those weirdos end up becoming visionaries because then we all end up doing it. I'm
Makes me
not putting
sad.
dandelions in my salad though.
No, God, no. I also don't eat avocado, but that's a personal choice.
Yeah, we'll agree to disagree on that one.
It tastes like wet grass to me, I'm not gonna lie.
Or does wet grass taste like avocado?
Or is it just a coincidence that they have the same taste?
So you actually asked me this grass question the other day to get me prepped for it because you thought
I did.
it needed it. And the first thing that came to my mind was the fact that through my office window, on a regular basis, I can see a neighborhood alley cat picking random spots to go pee in the grass every day. So, no, I would not eat chocolate grass because you don't know what's been there.
That was my first thought when she brought it up was our dogs pee and poop in our grass.
Yeah.
There's absolutely no way I would go out and eat that same grass. It's not happening.
I can't remember the name of it, but there is a coffee that costs about $100 a pound that is made from the droppings of a cat that ate coffee beans.
For those of you listening, I just gagged because that is disgusting.
I've never had it, not gonna have it, because it's $100 a pound.
That's 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 like the LaCroix of coffee. Like this is coffee that was in a cat at one point and it pooped it out.
And now it's better.
That's no, it's not. No,
No, it's not.
you're
It's
lying to
really
me.
not.
You're lying to me. This is not a thing.
This is a thing.
Oh my god, coffee that has gone through a cat's digestive system.
It's Luwak. Kopi Luwak is made from coffee cherries that have been eaten, digested, and defecated by Asian palm civet, a small mammal that looks like a cross between a cat and a raccoon. Beans are then cleaned and processed.
Oh,
And you can get a pound of it, 100 grams of it, for $109.
oh my god.
It is the world's most expensive coffee.
Oh sweet.
Somebody, somewhere, will always try it, and then other people will try it as well.
It's so bad. Like here's my thought. Okay, here's my thought about it. You've got these people who feed coffee beans to a cat, and then somebody has to like wait around for that cat to poop, grab the poop, and fish for the coffee beans in that poop and clean it, and then they just bag it and sell it for $100.
I'm sure they roast it.
That doesn't make it any better. If I took chicken, shoved it up my butt, pulled it out, washed it and cleaned it, roasted it, would you eat it? You wouldn't come near me. You would stay so far away from me.
The fact that you did it is what would make me stay away. It's not even like what
Exactly.
happened. It's the
You
fact that
sit
you
there and
did
watch.
that.
You know what I've done with this chicken, and you're just backing away slowly, like we can't be friends no more.
We'll send help. We'll send help, Stephen. Don't worry.
Oh, this makes me so sad for the world.
And then that is the day that Stephen broke.
That's the day that Stephen came up with the best inventions. If people will buy cat poop coffee, I feel like I could sell anything.
Oh, absolutely. There's a market for everything out there.
You could probably sell food that's been eaten and digested by celebrities for a profit.
I feel like that's a thing already.
That's probably a thing with our world.
Yeah.
The rest of this podcast is just going to be me being sad for the world for the rest of the day.
The next 5 minutes.
Oh, jeez.
It's just gonna be Steven crying silently.
Strap in, folks. It's just me crying loudly. Let's do another question before I get too sad.
All right. Oh, that we didn't get to in the last episode. That was one from you about Spider-Verse. You asked me last time how I felt about the Spider-Verse, and we didn't actually get to it.
Okay, let's talk about it.
I'm excited, but I'm big about these cross-universe things.
I am too. I'm not gonna lie. However, as excited as I am for this whole multiverse going on with Marvel, I have heard a rumor, and that is all it is right now. It's just a rumor.
Was it in St. Petersburg?
No.
Okay.
But there's a rumor that Tom Cruise is going to come on to play Iron Man.
So he was casted as Iron Man first.
Yeah, I know he was the original, and there's a new rumor.
And then I think Mission Impossible was taking up too much time, so we ended up with Robert Downey Jr.
Yes. But there's a new rumor that he is coming in to play a different incarnation of Tony Stark. And I don't know how I feel about that.
You know, I can be okay with this. Simply because I'm going to backtrack and I'm going to pull us out of Marvel for a second and into DC. Because I can do you one better than Tom Cruise as Tony Stark.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage as Superman.
Okay, but listen, that would have been amazing because it would have been a Tim Burton film. I've seen the sketches. I would be okay with Nicolas Cage as Superman.
There's pictures of him wearing the suit.
Oh my,
He was fitted for the
oh
suit.
my god. See? That I could get behind.
And I believe he paid some umpteen $1 million for a movie that never got made. But no, Nicolas Cage does crazy things.
It would have been worth it though.
No, because then we probably would never ended up with Henry Cavill as Superman, and that would have been a shame.
Oh, that would have been a shame. Because he is a fantastic Superman.
He is. Best since Christopher Reeves, in my opinion.
So back to Spider-Verse.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the first Spider-Verse film?
So, the Miles Morales introduction.
Yes.
I have qualms with it, simply because when the uncle is chasing Miles, that music that plays genuinely gave my oldest child a panic attack.
Oh.
So it's a little rough for me to watch that movie because I'm just always worried it's going to do it again. But now they're good. They all love that movie. It's one of their favorite movies. So we watch it, and honestly, I loved it.
Oh.
And I relate so well to Fat Peter Parker that I just enjoy the movie.
Can I just say that the choice of voice actor for that role is probably one of my favorite voice acting roles that I've ever seen.
That was Chris Pines, wasn't it?
No.
No, he was the main Peter Parker that died. Was Chris Pines.
Yes.
Who played the other one?
His name is Jake Johnson. If you don't recognize his name, that is Nick Miller from New Girl.
I've never watched New Girl.
This is a crime, sir. You like How I Met Your Mother, yes?
Yes.
Go watch New Girl. You're going to love it. I promise you.
All right, well, pause the podcast. I'll be back.
You'll be back in 2 days.
142 hours.
Exactly. No. But it is like the perfect casting for a voice for me because he is hilarious.
Okay.
Oh, it's perfect. So, Into the Spider-Verse 2, or Across the Spider-Verse, I think is what it's called.
Believe so. We'll go with it.
Yeah. If not, we're changing it. You hear that, Marvel? It is now Across the Spider-Verse. Go change it, Sony.
If Sonic can change their entire CGI, you all can change names because of us.
Exactly. We're starting this trend. Across the Spider-Verse. Anyways, I haven't heard a lot about what this film is going to be about. All that I know is that it's, Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah.
But I'm excited. I love the animation style that they used in the first one.
So I have seen something on that where each Spider-Man or Spider-Person, because it's going to have like Gwen Stacy and different things like that. So each spider that comes into it is actually supposed to be their own art style based off their own universe. I'm excited to see that because I think that's going to be really cool, especially if they bring in the 1960s Spider-Man like they did at the end credit scene.
The Noir Spider?
No, Noir Spider was cool, and that was an awesome Nick Cage role there. That was just a phenomenal.
Wait, are you saying like the 1960s cartoon Spider-Man?
Yeah, yeah.
The one from the meme with the pointing?
Yes.
Oh my goodness, that is going to be fantastic.
Did you not see the end credit scene on the first Spider-Verse?
I I didn't. I need to watch the end credit scene.
Oh man, there's an end credit scene on the first one. You have to go watch it.
Well, I know what I'm doing the rest of my day. I'm watching Spider-Verse. Obviously. One last fan question. I have one picked out,
Okay, what you got?
and it kind of fits in with the with what we're talking about, anyways. If you could be a superhero with incredible power but one great weakness, or a superhero with mediocre power but no known weaknesses, which would you choose? And that question comes from Scott.
Have you taken time to think on this one?
I haven't. I haven't taken the time to think about it. It's popped into my head randomly at times, but it's a tough decision.
It really is.
On the one hand, you've got this amazing, incredible power, but you've only got one weakness. And it's if you look at Superman, it's pretty easy to like, stop people from using that one weakness against you sometimes. It's pretty easy to avoid.
Usually, yes.
But if you don't have any known weaknesses and you got it mediocre, you can still do a lot with mediocre power. You can still do a lot.
You can. And I mean, I almost feel like being a mediocre superhero would be a lot better as a role model
Yeah.
than being a super overpowered superhero. Because I mean, I love Superman. Don't get me wrong, absolutely love Superman. But one of the things I love about Green Arrow is the fact that he's just a guy. He's a guy with a bow and an arrow and a boxing glove. So it's someone that you can actually look at and say, hey, you know what? This guy went out and made a difference with what he had. They had access.
But if we're talking about mediocre power, as in you're just like a normal human, then you've got the basic weaknesses that every human has, and that's like gunshots and stuff.
Okay, I'll give you one though. That's a mediocre superhero idea with a mild weakness.
Okay.
Well, it was mild till the end. Did you ever watch Unbreakable?
No, that's the one with Bruce Willis, though, right?
Right.
Where he doesn't get hurt, right?
He doesn't get hurt easily. He can get beat up, but he doesn't get hurt easily. Never gets sick. But he also has the ability to tell if a person's a bad person. Like he can see the bad things they've done by touching them.
Okay.
So that's his kind of. I mean, that's not. He's not overly powered like Superman would be necessarily. He's not a rich billionaire, thing like that. He's just your everyday guy, but he's super strong for an everyday guy.
So it's just an everyday guy, no real weaknesses.
But he has a drive to help people.
Okay. So what's his one minor weakness then?
Water.
Like the Wicked Witch?
He doesn't melt. He basically loses his extended human abilities whenever there's water
Interesting.
present.
So like out swimming, he's got nothing.
So he, if it's raining, he's just regular Joe
He's useless.
as far as strength and stuff like that.
Oh, that's a frustrating weakness to have.
Right? I can't go to the Amazon for this particular mission, guys. Sorry, I just can't be in the rain.
That's just unfortunate. Like, forecast says there's gonna be rain today. Y'all are on your own.
No crime fighting today.
All the criminals have to do is just like watch the weather.
Yep, exactly.
All right, grab your stuff, boys. It's raining today. We on it. Let's go. That's just an annoying and unfortunate weakness. Just
It really is. It really is.
See, but I still think you could do so much with mediocre power. Like let's say you don't have the money of Bruce Wayne or Tony Stark. You don't have the accessibility of everything that they have. You don't have access to everything that they do. But you still got like you're pretty strong. You can beat people up. You don't have any known weaknesses other than human weaknesses. But we've as humans built things to help us with that. Kevlar vests, helmets, things that actually I think you could do a lot more. You could do well, maybe not a lot more. You could do just as much with mediocre power nowadays as you could with incredible power with one weakness.
True.
Huh. No,
I think I'd go mediocre power and no weaknesses.
I think I would too. That's a fantastic question. It's very thought provoking.
Very much so. I like it.
Well, You got anything else for us today?
We're coming to the end of our time, so let's go with some show notes. At the time of this recording, we have 13 established audience members.
13 of you all are out there.
25 total views among our podcast so far, which is awesome for just being 2 in my opinion.
For you 13 people out there listening, thank you. And start sharing it with your friends.
Yes, please. Share this across your platforms, guys. That's the way we get people to listen to us and get more content that we can talk about, because we're making this a lot about the viewers. We're wanting you guys to be the ones that kind of drive the show a little bit for us. Do you have any personal projects to plug?
Not currently. I'm working on some background stuff. I'll let y'all know when anything substantial comes up. But until then, I got nothing. This is it. This in school.
Hey, this in school is a lot to keep up on.
How about you?
I got some irons in the fire. I'm working on starting my YouTube channel up. I should have the new video out hopefully about the same time that this episode posts, if not shortly after. It's rough. I don't like how I look on camera, but it's a start. I'm looking forward to taking my passion for DIY projects and woodworking and just home remodeling projects and getting it out there on.
We just need to get you to the Magnolia Network at this point. Just
Hey,
get you up there. Chip and Joe.
If I could get to that point so I could just meet, I mean, I have the man's book right here at my desk. If I could get to the point where I can just meet that guy, Courtney and I have actually talked about making our 10-year anniversary trip to go to the Silos, their place down in Texas. It would be a dream to us to go to that.
You hear that, Chip and Joe? Let's go. Make it happen.
Yes, if you two are listening to this podcast for some oddly random reason, I would love to meet you all, and so would my wife, Courtney. Please, just hit us up. You got our contacts because you're listening to this podcast.
Make it happen, guys.
Someone get this podcast to Chip and Joanna Gaines so I get some sort of shout out from them.
There you go. On the note of closing stuff, I do want to give a shout out again to your wife, because that new cover art is beautiful. So if you're listening to the podcast anywhere, it should be up and updated. That is all done by Nathan's wife, Courtney. She is fantastic. We love her, and we hope to keep her on to do more of some digital stuff for us. If you want to contact us, we have our email and our Twitter handle in the description. Tweet at us, send us a question, send us some segment ideas if you want. SteveNateBreak@gmail.com. Tweet at us at Steve and Nate.
Only other thing I would like to throw out there is sending out a thanks to Alexander Nicarada, I hope I said that right, for letting us have use of Tavern Brawl as our intro and outro music today. That was an awesome thing that he has up on his site to use. Go to creativecommons.org, and he's got some other music up on there that he's done for this kind of stuff, but it's all fun just to listen to.
All right. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Courtney. And thank you, listeners, for joining us today. And we hope you come back to take a break with us.
Thank you for tuning in to another installment of Take a Break with Steve and Nate. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts so you don't miss out on our break time.